How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. So tell me, have you been to Dubai before?
Yeah, I've been here several times. I usually come here between, once or twice a year, and I've been coming here for several years now. Always playing for Peppermint as well.
Great. And how long are you staying this time?
I'm staying here till Saturday. I've got a festival in Spain on Saturday, so I've got Friday night off. It's a long way to come over here, so I took Friday night off. I'm going to just chill out tomorrow and got a day off. I love it.
Fantastic. The World Trade Centre is a huge venue, and there's a massive crowd out there waiting for you to play. What do you think of the scene over here?
It's been growing over here for years. I mean, every time I've played here, everywhere's always been packed, and it's always been a good response. So, there is a party scene here. It's a little different to the party scene in Europe, but all the same as the party scene here.
And what have you got in store for us with your performance tonight?
Let's just wait and see. I'm going to start off with a big intro, and I never really know what I'm going to play. I always know my first record, and that is it. So we'll see.
Great. So it starts at the beginning and goes from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant. Now you've had a busy year with Miami and your own tours and things. How's the year gone so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I took a little bit of time off at the start of the year, just to sort of, recoup and get myself together and spend some time in the studio, which is difficult to do when you're touring, not just because of time, but because your headspace is in you're not exactly relaxed when you're touring constantly. And the best way to write music is being relaxed. So I took some time off at the start of the year, and since March it's been pretty much full on touring, and it will be until the end of September.
Brilliant, so you're keeping nice and busy?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Excellent. Now you've just released a new mix for Cocoon and Slam. When can we expect that to come out on the shops?
The remix on Cocoon I think is out now already. The remix for Slam, it won't be out. I'm not sure when that is coming out. I think maybe the end of the summer or even in the winter maybe.
Right, and you're working on any new albums apart from those at the moment?
Well, I'm working on my album, but it's a very slow. I'm finding it difficult to give myself a lot of time in the studio, which I feel I need to do to write an album, because my album will be song-based, that I've written lyrics and I'll be doing some vocals and I have guest vocalists. So it's a big project. We've got, guest band members coming in, and, I need time for that. So I've been struggling to get it completed, but I would imagine by the end of this year I might have something to present, I think.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, what's one of the best and worst things about being a DJ? Would you say that the time is one of the worst things for you?
The worst thing for me is being in airports. I absolutely hate airports. And I think it's only because I've spent so much time in there, and airports are full of people that are generally spending very little time in airports, so they kind of, put up with all the hassle you get. But we get it, I'm probably taking 6 to 8 flights a week, and that's tough.
Yeah.
But I love performing. It's addictive. I love music and I love performing, so I have to take the bad with the good, which is flying.
And this year you've got the residency once again for the 10th year running with We Love Sundays at Space. Yeah. In the last 10 years, how would you say that the scene has evolved over there in Ibiza?
Well, it's obviously the scene's evolved like it has throughout the whole world. It's been changing everywhere, especially in the last sort of 4 or 5 years. A massive change happened. But Ibiza still has the same sentiment. It still has the same atmosphere. People still go there to party, and they party hard, and everyone's on holiday, so there's a certain excitement with people. Ibiza is still a special place. It's still, still amazing places to go, and I love playing there. For me, it's changed, in its direction of music, and obviously certain venues have changed and laws have changed, but Ibiza is still Ibiza.
Sure. And what do you feel are the most important skills for a DJ producer?
For a DJ, I think personally, programming is the most important part of a DJ's duty. I think that a DJ, anybody can mix if you learn how to mix. There's even software now that mixes for you, and anyone can buy records. That's not the art of a good DJ. A good DJ knows what to play and when to play it, and within other people's music can create a journey, a sound, their own sound, and take people on a journey. And as a producer, I think, I don't know. It's difficult. I've been producing records for nearly 20 years now, but I'm still at a point when I'm learning a lot still. So I think the art of being a good producer is just really knowing your software and knowing your equipment really, and knowing how to make music. And I think as well having a vision and having the creative input, which is where I come into it more. And I think that's you can't sort of learn that. It's just, I think it's just a part of you or not really.
Who influences you?
My influences earlier on were Joy Division, Depeche Mode, electronic bands that I used to collect records of in the 80s. And as a DJ, I was never really influenced by any other DJ's music, because I've always followed my own path musically. I've never really looked at what anyone else is doing. But I was always influenced by Danny Tenaglia's passion and the amount that guy used to work for gigs. I mean, he would go somewhere and play 16, 18 hours, and he would prepare for that gig for a week beforehand.
Sure.
And I was inspired by that commitment, and you know, I guess that's my inspiration from within this industry, really.
And what was the last piece of music that you bought?
I bought a record just last week called Shade, or by Shade, and it's not released on digital, so I had to buy a vinyl of it. And I can't remember what the track's called, but it's Shade or by Shade.
You had to go out and actively find that one yourself?
Yeah, I did, and it was tough, yeah.
Was it? You found that one in London?
Yeah, Phonica, yeah.
Right, okay, that's a great record.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Definitely. Now, what tools you couldn't live without?
I couldn't live without my laptop. I mean, you know, I couldn't, because I make a lot of my music, I do a lot of my writing on my laptop. You know, it keeps me more company than my fiance. You know, it's with me on airplanes, it's with me in airports. You know, it's. Yeah.
I guess it must be quite an advantage now to be able to take your laptop out when you're playing and travelling around.
Well, yeah, because I can go through a lot more music. You know, I go through music on the airplane, I start writing edits on the airplane, you know, I'm constantly on my laptop. It's ridiculous.
And you don't have 60 kilos of excess luggage either.
No, them days are gone, thank God, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well, Steve, thank you very much for taking the time to be here with Infusion. We're going to be out filming you this evening during your set, so
cool.
Have a nice time, and thanks
Great.
very much again.
Thank you, enjoy.
Brilliant, thank you.
We're Steve Lawler. Happy birthday, Peppermint. Happy birthday, Peppermint.
We're coming to you live from the front line at the World Trade Center for Peppermint's 6th birthday. Over my shoulder is Steve Lawler in the mix, and this place is jumping. Check it out.
Hi, this is Steve Lawler and you're watching Infusion TV.